The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys? Yeah!
Go Cowboys!
Blowing out of the backfield, exploding down the sideline.
This is Hangin' with the Boys, presented by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Now, your hosts, Nate Newton, Kurt Daniels, Jesse Holley, and Shannon Gross.
The deuce is loose. Welcome to the People Show. You are looking live at Tostitos Championship Plaza. You can take that however you want. Outside of Ford Center at Star in Frisco. And oh my goodness, for the first time in like a month and a half when I pulled up the weather, there's not a little red dot that says excessive heat advisory.
Yep.
It is 89 degrees. It feels like 89. The high today is only 92, and the low tonight, are you, brace yourselves, 66 degrees tonight. Are you kidding me? Man, have we got a show for you. And nobody's still on the plaza. I mean, it's still.
School's back in session.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go. We are in studio, Kurt Daniels, Shannon Gross, Jesse Holley, and we are joined by Nate Newton out in Oxnard. He's on mute right now because they're getting ready to roll out to practice and the music is going, so we will check in with him as soon as the you look beautiful, Nate, by the way, so just in case you were wanting to know. Look at that smile, that infectious smile. That's a 180 from the screenshot we got from G on,
Holy moly guacamole.
on Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it from Nate was in the zone last night. Maybe we'll share that with y'all next week or something.
That was awesome.
But fellas,
Stopped in Tijuana on his way to.
he
to
might
Oxnard.
have. First off, how was y'all's weekend?
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
good
Low
weekend.
key. Yeah.
Yeah, low key. What about you, Jess?
Same, brother. It's too hot to do anything. Like, there's literally nothing you can do in the sense of being outside or going anywhere. It's just hot.
Except me, I planned my 3-year-old's birthday party about a month and a half ago.
Thanks for the
Guess
invite.
what? It was outside.
Thanks for the invite.
Yeah.
I only invited people that had kids, man. Sorry.
I mean, we can always show up and
little
support.
kids. It's a long way. It was way up north. I feel bad now. I really do feel bad.
You got any more excuses?
No.
Way up north, only people who have kids.
I feel,
We could have got him a birthday present or something.
I feel terrible. You can still get him a birthday present.
I'm not getting him nothing. Or his father.
Anyway, you know what? We got a lot to get to because there was a game on Saturday afternoon, and I was really just like, it's whatever. It's preseason. It's the Jaguars, and guess what? As soon as that ball kicked off, I was like, oh my God, this is football's back. like oh my God. But I would see people posting about it on social media. I'd be like, calm down, it's preseason. But then I was just like, but you know what? And I don't, maybe it's because I'm getting to watch the game now, TV.
Yeah.
And
It makes a difference.
all the little storylines, and maybe it's like that every preseason, and I just don't realize it, but like, Overshown, like I went and looked him up in his stories from Tyler, and he went to Texas, and like he's always wanted to be a Cowboy, and like he should. And I'm telling y'all, I told y'all thought I was crazy.
Shout out to Haley Sutton. She did a great piece on him
Did
as
she
well.
really?
Yeah.
I need to go check that out.
Yeah, she did a great
Check
piece.
that out. Is it on the website?
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be somewhere on there.
Yeah.
But I mean, just the Deuce. We all wanted to see Deuce, and Kurt, you had one job, and you picked the right guy to watch, right? But I mean, there's so many storylines, and then breaking news yesterday: Zach Martin's coming back. He's
Don't bury the lead.
Season
Don't bury the lead.
yeah,
Don't
that's
bury the lead.
And
man. Don't bury the lead.
whenever Nate's able to chime in, we'll ask him if he's actually laid eyes on Zach and if he's going to be out there at practice today when the music stops. Offensive line, I don't know if we good. I don't know if we good. We'll ask Nate whenever he's
Those first 5, yeah.
Receivers are going to be, man, they're going to have to make some tough decisions. I mean, there's so many. It's a first game, but all that's going to wind up playing out. But, Jesse, what were your just initial thoughts on the game overall?
This defense has an opportunity to be special. Special. Special.
Yeah.
And you always want to see, for me, in the preseason, those guys who were a part of this team a year ago, we talk about taking the step, right? Seeing their improvement go from what they were last year to that next step, the knowledge, the quickness. And guys like Damone Clark, who got a late start last year, coming off the neck fuse injury. You saw him play last year, and you can tell. You can always tell, at least I can. I can always tell when a guy is thinking. He's not playing flash, he's not playing free. And I thought last year, giving him those opportunities to go out there and play, and even if it meant him messing up, even if it meant him not being as good, having a full offseason and then now injecting him and inserting him back into the lineup again, you saw him playing at sideline to sideline. You saw him playing free, fast, physical football. And that was enjoyable to watch. Overshown making plays. You just saw all these guys, and you think to yourself, at some point in time, 11 will get on the field, and these guys' job will become even easier. And I start thinking about when you have special players like a Micah Parsons, that just gives you the ability to do so much more. Get creative. Like, there's guys like Patrick Mahomes where Andy Reid can just do different things with anybody because of his talent and his superiority. It's the same thing with Micah Parsons. So Dan Quinn is going to be able to be evil genius with this defense when you put Micah Parsons on the field and these other pieces in there. So it was seeing those linebackers, Overshown, Damone Clark, Jabril Cox, Harper. It was fun to watch those guys fly around.
And you use the word quick. That's something we haven't used for the defense other than just like a cornerback here.
Right.
All the time. But like that really, to me, jumped off the screen is how fast these guys are moving sideline to sideline. And, hey, let's don't get too excited. Yeah. First preseason game.
No, I mean,
young guys were on the field and they did what they needed to do.
That's it.
They showed that speed. That was one of my. I think I brought it up in a previous show that the linebacker depth. Is that going to be an issue? Man,
it's a good problem to have.
Sean, like you said, Clark, those guys, Jabril Cox. They were flying around. It was impressive. I'm not quite as worried as I once was.
Now, I'm not going to say that I said it on the show, but I'm going to say I said it on the show. I'm really interested in this has the opportunity now. I'm really going to say it now after they play. I think the linebackers dependent on Leighton, and if you consider Micah a linebacker, they got a chance to be, I think, a top 5 linebacker. Hell, if they play like they did in preseason, top 2.
Yeah, I don't consider Micah a linebacker anymore. Yeah, I just don't. But I mean, you're talking about Leighton.
So Leighton, you said Leighton. I was just thinking, I haven't heard anything, and maybe I'm not looking. I haven't heard anything about Leighton all of training camp. Like, is that a good thing?
Yeah, he's been doing well. There was some noise made about they've had him lining up to pass rush a little bit.
Which I don't like.
Yeah, that you lose some of his presence in that secondary.
No, he's just not a good rusher. He's just not a good rusher.
Well, I mean, there's an element of surprise. But yeah, I think he's not going to be real flashy or, give you that top-end speed, but he knows what to do. I think he's sort of a calming presence for all those young guys in there. So.
Yeah. So that's a big thing jump out to you, defense, quickness, quickness of the linebackers.
Yeah, just in general, that defense, like Jesse was saying, it's fast. It's going to be fun to watch. Yeah.
All right, welcome to the show. Nate Newton live from Oxnard, California. Welcome to the show.
Yes.
What did you enjoy?
Wow.
There he is. Look at that beautiful face. What did you enjoy?
Yeah.
By the way, how was the trip? Nate basically drove straight from Texas to California on like an hour's sleep the last 2 days. How was the trip?
It was great, man. I got back. It was great, man. Training camp, Oxnard 2023 has officially started with Zach Martin. And now I am telling you guys, everything will be all right.
Well, here we go.
Thank you. Everything will be all right. The president has arrived. And the butcher, I seen him last night, but I haven't seen him on the field yet. But if I do, I'm gonna put this camera in his face.
Did you talk to him or did you just see him? Is he look in shape?
I just saw him, man. Yeah, he looks good. The president never look out of shape. One thing about a fat man, unless he gained 100 pounds, he ain't gonna never look out of shape. So he good.
What was your take?
Yes, they're all gathered.
What was your big takeaway from the game?
Man, just the speed of the defense. The speed of the defense. You guys talked about it Overshown, Clark, and even when they were kind of missed a tackle because they were running so fast and not breaking down, they ran them right into Bell, Marquise Bell. I mean, there's just so many players that, like Jesse said, the mad scientist, the defensive coordinator can just put in place, it's just great to see. Offense, offensive line need a little work so the rest of the team we can see what the rest of the guys can do. Had some great plays. Had some, good things happen with the tight end. Ferguson, I like how he looked. Schoonmaker, he got a few passes in. So the tight ends looked good. Offensive line is still a work in progress. Look at the film. It don't look as bad for some individuals as others, but the offensive line works as one, and that's what makes everything else click. So I liked this first preseason game, and we lost nobody. I think we lost one guy, and that's one of the linebackers, I think.
Jefferson, I think, Malik Jefferson.
So Malik Jefferson. So we got out of this thing great, man. Let me flip out here, man. Where your boy Dak is leading his army of players. So they walking around and doing their thing. So, but man, hey, Jesse, glad I heard the conversation earlier. I'm glad things are working for you for the good. And so, hey, I'm excited.
Well, good, because you know what? There's not much more miserable things on this show than a non-excited Nate. And we got evidence of that. It's not just our show. It's any show that he's on if he's not excited. He's a liability.
Here, man. Zach is back, baby. Yes, Zach is back. I am happy.
I know you are. And Kurt, let's talk about your guy. And I'm telling you, this dude, being as short as he is,
look at you.
It's going to be a problem.
Look, you're happy.
Little man. Let's go, little guy.
Look, you're happy. You finally got someone you can stand on the shoulders on and trumpeteer for. I see you. I see you for the short daddy club.
Yes. It's going to be a problem because, you've been out there, Nate. You've been out. When you're at field level and the play's going this way, you can't see a guy that small. You just go. And if you do some kind of misdirection and he hits a crease, telling you, man, this is going to be a problem. Watch it. I'm so glad he did good because I want to see him make this roster. I want to see him move into that second running back spot and get.
Whoa!
I want to see him get 7, 8 touches a game.
In the running, man.
Whoa!
Yeah.
7 or 8 touches a game.
You got a little bit too much dip on your little man chip. RB2?
Yeah, let's go.
This is the advantage of sometimes being the third back in the rotation, because you put in Malik Davis. He didn't get much run, but he did get some blitzes, and he missed one of them badly. And then you take him out and put Dowdle in. He makes a great run and then fumble. So and then you put Vaughn in, and everything just like the energies, went back into the stadium. So he got fortunate. He ran with that third team. It was a positive for him because the offensive line had settled down by that time. And I'm telling you, man, Shannon, I'm riding with you,
let's
man.
go, Nate.
I'm riding with you just for a little while.
You know what?
I don't like when y'all make me do this.
What are you gonna do?
I do not like when y'all make me be the voice of reason. Because it makes me sound like a hater.
You're a hater. You're all because you are.
It doesn't. It
You're
makes
a hater.
me sound like a hater.
Ask our fans. They all know you're the hater. You're the voice. You're the hater.
I want to hear his reasoning. Because the kid looked good. So what's your reasoning, brother?
He's just telling me to tap the brakes on the second running back
I'm
spot.
not saying that Deuce Vaughn did not look good. He had some impressive plays. The one thing I will say about Deuce is he does have explosiveness. He does have really good vision. And those are really two key points for a running back. But again, like
5-4.
Here's when I'll take Deuce Vaughn seriously. No, this is the honest to God truth.
Okay.
When Brian Schottenheimer and Freaky Mike says, we're going to give you some first quarter snaps. We're going to give you some second quarter snaps.
Then you know he's moving up.
Now I know that they're taking him serious in the game planning. Yeah. Giving him second half snaps against the third and fourth string guys, which a lot of those guys on the opposing defense probably not going to make their rosters anyway. Yeah. They will. Now, he did what he was supposed to do against those guys.
And that's all you can ask.
I know people are going to say, well, like Kansas State, he carved up Alabama in this program, in this program. That's fine. Okay, whatever. But until he gets meaningful reps with the first group or the second group, then I personally find it hard to believe that you can say that he's already jumped to RB2 or even in that RB2 conversation. Not making the football team, I thought from the day one he was going to make the football team, but I also said there's a lot of DMPs in Deuce Vaughn's future on this football team. That 5'5" size doesn't help him out in a lot of places because when you put a guy like that on the active day roster, you can't just put him there to do nothing. You have to give him an assignment. And if he's going to be the third or fourth running back, he ain't getting the jersey that game. Unless he's your primary returner on special teams, kickoff or punt return, it's going to be hard to find a spot for number 42 on game day as the number 3 running back. It just is.
Well, I'm going to put him. I know
I'm not hating.
Odds are against him being the second running back, but I'm going to put him in the conversation.
They felt, a lot of people felt the same about Sproles.
Yeah. And
same height, same
you know
thing.
what jumped out to
was
me?
a little bigger, a little heavier.
Let's just let this play out.
You know what jumped out to me, Nate?
Let's let this play out.
What jumped out to me is what you said the other day when you saw him at the table. He didn't look. He looked short, but he didn't, to me, look undersized out there with those big guys.
He looked manly.
He looked like he belonged.
Manly.
What? Kurt,
he looked like a straight grown man.
What? He was your guy. That was your assignment.
Well, I got to be truthful. He wasn't my guy. I wanted to see him because.
No, that was your homework.
Well, yeah.
It was your guy for the weekend.
But I entered it skeptical, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't sure, again, the size. I wasn't sure if he could play up to the size. But like Jesse said, he has burst.
Hey,
obviously.
is that
he's
Zach
quick.
down there?
You know,
that number 7?
He showed a lot. But I also I'm tapping the brakes because he was facing a lot of guys.
Look at here, man. I'm going to get off the show.
I know people are always talking about Darren Sproles, but like, let's just look at Darren's first couple seasons. Like, he had 8 attempts his first season for 50 yards.
The whole year?
2005, the entire year. The next year, 2006, he either hurt or didn't play because it has no stats for him. Then it was 37 carries, attempts for 164. And then in 2008, he had 61 attempts for 330. 2009, 93 attempts for 334. 2010, 50 attempts to 256, 84. Like when you talk about Darren Sproles and what he was doing as a rusher, he wasn't this prolific rusher. He had one season where he had over 600 yards. That was 2011 in New Orleans. So when we make this Darren Sproles comparison, like let's not make it like Darren Sproles was Darren McFadden or Adrian Peterson or anything like that. I'm not saying there's not a place for Deuce Vaughn.
But we're talking about a number 2 back. We're not talking about a number 1 back. Yeah. We're talking about a number 2 back. We're not talking about a number 1 back, Jesse.
Okay.
Think now what you're saying.
So
we're talking about a number 2 back.
You feel like he could be a number 2 back?
I want to let it play out because just like people misread Sproles for several years, then all of a sudden he got with the right coach and say, oh no, he's a little bit more than this. And when he became almost a featured back, then everybody forgot about size. That is why I held it against this kid because I don't like gadget players. They hurt you more than help you. But if this kid keep going up, and up, and the coaches keep giving him chances, and he does not do anything to deter what the progress, I'm saying a number 2 back. I'm not saying a number 3 or number 1. I'm saying a number 2 back that may get 5 or 6 carries or touches a game. I think he can do that. And let's let it play out.
All right, let's let it play out. Let's let this show play out, too, and take our first break. When we come back, we're going to let Jesse evaluate his guy, Freaky Mike, on how he thought his first time calling plays in it's probably been, 5 years?
Yeah.
5 years?
Been a while.
Calling the plays. We'll get his opinion on that. A lot more. By the way, we can't get out of this first segment without saying congratulations, Ezekiel Elliott, for getting signed to a team. So glad he's back in the league, man. So glad. Shaved all of his hair off.
Going
to New England.
Graduation, Zach. Because that's our team. Graduation, Zach. Get all the rest of Zach. Yeah.
All right.
Zach. I love you, Zeke, but Zach is it.
Hanging with the Boys brought to you by Wingstop each and every day where flavor gets its wings. The People Show will be right back after this commercial break. Tune back in, please. Thank you.
Hey, Cowboys fans, ready to spice up your next watch party? Bring Yo Quiero guacamole and be the game day hero. Yo Quiero means I want, and we know you want great, fresh-tasting, ready-to-serve guacamole for your home gating and tailgating events. Made with real avocados and the perfect blend of spices, it will be the star of any party. You can find us at your local Albertsons or Tom Thumb in the deli section. If you can't find it, talk to your store manager and tell them, Yo Quiero guacamole.
Star Sports Tours is the only official fan travel partner of the Dallas Cowboys, offering exclusive game weekend travel packages with pre-game sideline access and photo ops with current players, cheerleaders, and Cowboy legends. You want to stay at a team hotel, attend the best tailgate party in Texas, tour the Star, and talk X's and O's with me, Everson Walls? With Star Sports Tours, you can. Visit cowboystravel.com to book your travel package today.
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. Blockchain.com is one of the most trusted ways to buy, sell, and trade crypto. Whether you're always on the go or stay closer to home, Blockchain.com is just a few taps away. Put the power of crypto in your pocket, so no matter where you are, you can trade on your terms and build a crypto portfolio to fit your life. For crypto pros, rookies, and anyone in between, Blockchain.com makes it easy to own a piece of the future. Blockchain.com, trusted by millions, trusted by America's team.
SeatGeek has your back no matter what kind of fan you are. So whether you're a die-hard fan or a don't really care fan, a we got 'em next time fan or we'll never win again fan, a here for the tailgate fan or a first one through the gates fan, SeatGeek not only makes buying and selling tickets easier than ever before, they made just about everything else easier too. So whether you're a here every week fan or haven't been here in years fan, SeatGeek has you covered. Download the SeatGeek app today. SeatGeek, your ticket to great seats.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Welcome back to the People Show, Hanging with the Boys, brought to you each and every day by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings, and it's the second segment, so you know what that means. It's brought to you by blockchain.com each and every day, our proud partner there in the cryptoverse. I just made that word up, I don't really think
That was good.
I think it's a real word. Anyway, back to it. Before we get back to it, we have the text line open, 817-290-3298. And we have a text from Will. He sent this in right at the beginning, before the show even started, so some people got the text line saved. Will from Arizona just wants to know how everyone's mental health is. So that's actually a great question. I'm doing very well this week. I'm doing good. How you doing, Kurt?
Good.
Mental health check.
Yeah,
Good,
I'm doing
Kurt?
good.
How about you, Jess?
I'm better. I'm having a good week, man.
You are?
Yeah, last week it wasn't so great, but this week is
Back up?
yeah.
All right.
All right.
Good
All
deal.
right.
I'm
What about
rising.
you, Nate? How you doing out there?
I'm just watching the best player on the team practice.
So Nate's in his element. So he's having
He's watching the big boys.
his mental health is good. He's down there with the big greasies.
Zach Martin.
Yeah.
There you go. Look at that shot. That's a
Yeah.
great shot, Nate. Look at it. So Zach's in the group?
Yeah, man. Yeah, he's in the group. You know, I had to sneak down here. I'm trying to be quiet as hell. You know, but you know, a fat man always squeak when he walk.
Oh, man. All right, so Jesse.
He's here, man. He's here. Been here.
Is he in
He
pads?
was signed like Friday. He was signed last week. Yeah, he was signed last week. So,
Is he in
and,
pads?
they just kept it hush hush. It's amazing when you get a guy like, hey man, we're gonna give you $7 million extra. Just be quiet. And how you can sign and be so quiet, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
But he's in pads, right? He's practicing in pads?
Yeah. I'm saying, that's what I'm trying to, hoping that somebody's showing it to you. I'm trying to show it to you.
We got it. We just can't see real good.
Yeah.
My eyes are bad.
Yeah.
Can't see the numbers.
Oh, man, yeah. I'm sorry. I can't get no closer, y'all.
No, that's
Because
good.
I don't want Coach McCarthy to get upset at me.
No, just walk on out there. You're royalty. You'll be fine.
See, there's the big fella now.
There he is.
Ah, there we go.
There he is.
Looks good. Oh, that's so encouraging. So encouraging. All right, Jesse, your guy, Freaky Mike.
Yep.
What's your evaluation of his first time calling, even though it's preseason, first time calling back in the saddle in about 5 years? What you think?
No, I thought he looked good. I thought there was a good balance of mix of run and pass. Getting the quarterbacks comfortable. And this is preseason for him as well. Like, they're not going to run this extravagant offense, stuff like that. But, just kind of seeing the offense flow, see a little bit of pre-snap movement, see a little bit of things happening out there for the receiver-wise, taking shots down the field, getting the quarterbacks to take throws that they like and not trying to just say, hey, this is what we're going to run, take that. Just getting those guys in a rhythm. So for me, it was a good debut for Freaky Mike. And as this thing begins to ramp up, you're going to see more and more of him kind of getting to that play style. Breaking if these guys can break the huddle, get to the line of scrimmage, get the communication to where it has to go. That's the biggest thing, is guys having the communication. So from Mike to the helmet, to the huddle, to the line of scrimmage, and then being able to say, okay, here's the look that we got. Now we can go out here and execute. That part is going to be superb. I want to see Dak and that first unit play together in the I just do. Just a series of two. I just do.
I think that's going to be a little. I think that's going to be a little bit of an issue.
I know.
It's going to be a little timing issue, a little rust issue at first game. Oh, by the way, Nate's got us a great shot up on the screen right there of the O-line doing good.
I hope we don't get in trouble for this.
Get that.
Well, if I do, I just be banned from the.
No, they're not banning you.
But I'll just put the camera
down. You just open the safe and put on those 3 rings and
Derek
come back.
Be like video version down, audio version up. Again?
As long as you ain't trying to show new schemes.
Yeah, you're fine.
As long as you're not putting it, when they go to install, you just shut it down when it's installed.
Yeah.
We can just blame those guys in the back for putting it on screen, right?
Yeah. Terrence might be operating the jib up
Jazzy jib.
next year. Pull him off the board. I don't know.
Yeah.
Wonder if anybody got in trouble for those F-bombs that were dropped in the broadcast.
Yeah.
Ooh. The Dak F-bombs?
Yeah. That was fun. That was exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, my man Chris made it where I can get y'all up close.
Hey, Chris, what's up, baby? All right. Nice shoes, baby. There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Beards get white.
If Beam said it's okay, it's okay.
Yeah. What'd you think?
It's kind of hard to tell in preseason because they are keeping it pretty vanilla and everything. But I think McCarthy said in his press conference, he's got some work to do, and that's just mainly the communication side of it, making sure everything's flowing, which I agree. If you're not out there doing it with your number 1 quarterback, it's a lot different in a game than it is in practice. It's going to be. You feel like there's going to be a step behind a little bit in that first game, but it was a good start.
By the way, Richard Palacios from Rio Grande City, I appreciate you texting in, but brother, we got a show to do, and you
that paragraph,
like a paragraph and like a novel. So we appreciate the effort, but I can't get to all that. So thank you anyway.
McCarthy calling plays and the quarterbacks that reminded me of a question. Were you surprised at all that Cooper Rush only played 1 quarter and Greer played the other 3? I thought it might be a little more even. Is that a sign that maybe there isn't much of a battle going on for the second quarterback job?
No, I think Cooper Rush won this job last year.
Yeah.
When he went 4-1 in those 5 games stretch before Dak Prescott was out, I think that solidified him as your backup.
That's your best.
Yeah, that is your backup going forward. And the thing, the good coaches in this league, when they know who they want, they give the other guy an opportunity to build a resume for himself to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like the good coaches in the league, you know what? Cooper Rush is going to be our guy. And if we keep a 3rd quarterback, which they might, the new change of the rules, you get to have that 3rd emergency quarterback on your roster in case of the event. So teams will be keeping a lot more quarterbacks than they have in the future. But being able to say Cooper Rush is our guy, we've seen his body at work last year when Dak Prescott went out with the thumb injury, and now for Will Greer, allow him to kind of get some work in. He had the injury before and just wasn't able to truly go out there and show himself. So just using these moments in time for Will Grier to up his game a little bit, but I doubt that there's a competition between the two of them.
I thought maybe they'd be a little more like they'd share half or something.
Yeah, and they may. You know, as we get closer to the season, you may see a change. You may see.
As got a mojo moment. Put us on mute, Nate.
Yeah, you may.
Loud as hell. Loud.
It's time for a mojo.
Nate, you gotta put us on mute, baby. But you may see the.
I just wanted y'all to hear that. I wanted y'all to hear that. I'm sorry. I just needed y'all to hear that. Zach Martin is back and the big Newton is gone. I'm gonna watch practice, y'all. Bye-bye.
We don't.
Yes.
Oh, he just cut completely out.
He said he
got his $5 left.
Yeah, but you'll see the quarterback kind of, you know, maybe as we get close to the year, Cooper Rush taking more of the reps and Will Grier kind of getting those second half, fourth quarter type reps.
Okay. All right.
What'd you think about? I know there was a lot of build up to Mazi, what he's going to do, and he looks 58, right? Mm-hmm. It just looks weird in the middle of the field.
Really?
It just doesn't look right to me. I guess they changed that rule, 2 years ago?
I think so.
That should be a linebacker, man. Not a defensive.
Not a one technique.
They only got so many numbers to go around.
That needs to be a guy that big needs to have he needs to have a 9 or a 6 or like an 8. Like, I guess he's got an 8, but that 5 just.
Keeps him slim.
I don't like it.
No?
No. Like, when you're that big, you want to look. You know how receivers want to look slim?
Right.
Like, you want a sleek number.
Big guys don't want to look big either, though.
They don't?
No. They want to look slim, too.
I bet Nate wanted to look big when he played.
Nate didn't have a choice.
It's true.
Nate didn't have a choice. Big was who he was, and big was who he wanted to be.
Didn't he? Wasn't he 61?
You know what? If you go back and look at Nate, Nate
didn't have a
good
choice.
shape now. But if you go back and look when he was playing, especially in his early days, they don't make him like that anymore.
Man.
They just, it was like just mass.
It's that one kid. There's one kid he's in college now. Went to I think it was DeSoto or Duncanville. He's over at TCU now. He's like 6'3". He's like 4'15". It doesn't even look healthy. It doesn't look healthy.
Offensive
defensive lineman.
There's got to be.
It's crazy.
I remember when Fridge joined the league at 300 pounds. He was an outlier. Now every team's got half a dozen. You know.
Yeah, but you got guys.
Eventually, they're all going to have 400 pounders out there.
But you have Tyron Smith 300 pounders, right?
Yeah.
You have guys who are 6'5", 6'6", and are ripped 300 pounder. Like the days of the Nate Newton 330 are a lot like. You have some of those.
It was just mad. It was mad.
It was
no definition.
There was a lot of high cholesterol. It was a lot of high cholesterol.
I mean, hell, he told us he ate a whole bag of French fries as a snack. A whole bag of all-righter potatoes as a snack.
That's crazy. Yeah, there's a lot of cholesterol.
That's insane. Anyway, back to Mazi. I'm sorry. What did you see out of him, Jesse? Like, kind of ups and downs, like just what you kind of expect out of a
rookie
guy?
A rookie guy. You know, you see the strength. You see the power, you see the ability to be able to shed blocks. The biggest thing, and you'll hear a lot of people say this with Mazi, is the get off. Mm-hmm. When you're that close to the football, your get off, what makes Aaron Donald so special is his get off. He's able to get up on dudes before they even can blink.
Can you explain this more to me? Because I've heard him talk about this a lot. He's got to get faster. Is it just simply watching the ball and seeing it hike?
It's anticipation.
Or is it more to it?
It's anticipation. It's being sure of what your keys are, where to go, and just anticipating the ball, being ready to go when that ball. When that ball begins to move, if the ball gets to the center's like butt area and you ain't moved yet, you lost. Like as that thing is going back, you got to be getting ready to engage because you want to be able to have that center. By the time he gets his hands back up, you want to be on him. But if he can get his hands back up and now he's on you, now he can kind of control you and y'all kind of fighting a little bit. Well, you've lost that particular battle unless you can drive him back into the quarterback. But a lot of times when you have those one technique, you're going to get some help from either one of the guards to push him back on the center or their combo blocking to get to the next level. So for him, to how you beat the combo block is, or how you disrupt the combo block timing is, I got to get on that guy right now. And if I'm on him right now, then the combo block doesn't get a chance to beat me because I've recreated the line of scrimmage. right? I started out 1 yard back, and now if I move that center a yard back, the combo block doesn't have the same effect because my linebacker's coming downhill a yard ahead of where it was supposed to be, the merger was supposed to happen. So for guys like Mazi Smith, it's the strength is there. He now has to start putting it all together, and he's not going to be a pass rusher this year, guys. He's not. Like, he's just not going to be that this year. He doesn't have the hands, doesn't have the feet, doesn't have to get off just yet. Not saying that he won't be that in the future. But right now, and you saw it happen a lot of times in the game on Saturday against Jacksonville, is be a clogger.
Yeah.
Right? Be a guy who demands 2 and 3 blocks at times.
Well, you don't really want him to be a pass, because didn't they get in trouble 3 and 4 years ago by guys trying to pass rush that shouldn't have been pass rushing? Like, knowing what's your assignment? Stay there and take the blocks, right?
Well, when I say a pass rusher, I mean being able to defeat the blocker in front of him. Like, not, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, not cheating your assignment.
He needs to be a 3-down guy, right? And right now.
To be a 3-down guy. And I think having a guy like Jonathan Hankins come in and be that veteran in front of him, and now you keep 2 fresh guys on the field, and he's learning while he's on the job behind Jonathan Hankins.
So what can he do to improve that off-the-ball quickness other than just experience, I guess?
Experience,
I mean, like his own physical talent is going to allow him to be quicker, or is it just something he has to learn mentally to?
It's all of the above. Like, when you get in practice working on, you see them do the start-stop drills and all that kind of stuff as offensive, defensive linemen. But it's one of the good things about linemen across the league is you begin to know the cadence of the quarterback. Because the quarterback will get into a rhythm and they'll try to change it up every now and again, but you know your opponent. You know little keys that a center may do when you know he's about to snap the ball. And the reps that you've had over time, you can kind of time those things up. And even if you jump off sides every now and again, that lets me know that you're there. You're anticipating that snap happening. For Mazi, he has to just get the experience. He has to just get the reps and understanding that wide 80, set hut. You learn that over time when that wide 80 leads to a set hut. You see the formations, you see the kind of the setup, the way the guards are, the tackles are. All that stuff matters in that interior front because you're so close together. You don't have that opportunity to see this thing coming from this far apart. You got to be able to read and react when you're a yard apart, right? And so that makes the good ones really good, and the average ones average is being able to make that delineation of what's happening, how it's happening, when it's happening, in that short space, and that's what Mazi has to learn.
All right, let's take our last break. When we come back, we'll talk some more preseason football and maybe some other things on The People Show, presented by Wingstop, each and every day where flavor gets its wings. We'll be back in 2 to 3 minutes. Hang in there.
Hey, Cowboys fans, ready to spice up your next watch party? Bring Yo Quiero guacamole and be the game day hero. Yo Quiero means I want, and we know you want great, fresh-tasting, ready-to-serve guacamole for your home gating and tailgating events. Made with real avocados and the perfect blend of spices, it will be the star of any party. You can find us at your local Albertsons or Tom Thumb in the deli section. If you can't find it, talk to your store manager and tell them, Yo Quiero guacamole.
SeatGeek has your back no matter what kind of fan you are. So whether you're a die-hard fan or a don't really care fan, a we got 'em next time fan or we'll never win again fan, a here for the tailgate fan or a first one through the gates fan, SeatGeek not only makes buying and selling tickets easier than ever before, they made just about everything else easier too. So whether you're a here every week fan or haven't been here in years fan, SeatGeek has you covered. Download the SeatGeek app today. SeatGeek, your ticket to great seats.
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. Blockchain.com is one of the most trusted ways to buy, sell, and trade crypto. Whether you're always on the go or stay closer to home, Blockchain.com is just a few taps away. Put the power of crypto in your pocket, so no matter where you are, you can trade on your terms and build a crypto portfolio to fit your life. For crypto pros, rookies, and anyone in between, Blockchain.com makes it easy to own a piece of the future. Blockchain.com, trusted by millions, trusted by America's team.
Star Sports Tours is the only official fan travel partner of the Dallas Cowboys, offering exclusive game weekend travel packages with pre-game sideline access and photo ops with current players, cheerleaders, and Cowboy legends. You want to stay at a team hotel, attend the best tailgate party in Texas, tour the Star, and talk X's and O's with me, Everson Walls? With Star Sports Tours, you can. Visit cowboystravel.com to book your travel package today.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Welcome back to the People Show, Hanging with the Boys. Jesse Holly, Kurt Daniel, Shannon Gross in studio. Our partner in crime, Nate Newton, out in Oxnard, California, dropped us.
On a mojo moment, do you want to hear what the mojo moment was?
Yeah.
Brandon Aubrey went 4 for 4 on field goal.
Well, let's go for the kicker.
Hey, 40 yards, 35 yards, 35, and 32.
Well, didn't kick an extra point, did he?
35 yarder. Isn't that an extra
Same
point?
thing. All right, so kickers kicking.
Kickers kicking.
All right, that's a good thing.
In practice.
In practice. Mojo moment, though. A little bit of pressure. Jigsaw, proud dating partner of the Dallas Cowboys. Proud sponsor of this third segment. I still need to go check that out. See what that's all about. You ever been on any dating apps,
Nope.
Jesse? Never?
Never.
No?
I despise social media. Like, I really,
By the
really
way,
do.
I went by 2 of the 3 recommendations that you gave. It was funny because I would text Jesse pictures as I would the places he was telling about.
So he ain't messing with it for him, but he's messing with it for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd be like, I'm at the shoe store. Yeah. I'm at the fragrance shop.
And if you like MILFs, you got to go to like the Container Store, Bed Bath & Beyond, if you like the older women, like during the day.
Didn't Bed Bath, which one went out of business, didn't they?
Bed Bath &
I
Beyond.
think it's going out of
The Container Store, Anthropology, places like that during the day.
Yeah.
Get your MILFs.
I got to get out of Chuck E. Cheese and Dave & Buster. You know what?
I would think having a kid would kind of boost your value a little bit.
No, you drop out of the first round for that.
Yeah. Not for everybody.
No, not for everybody, but like, you know.
You
want the
trailer park.
The available free agents.
You want the younger model. You want the Corvette with the drop top.
Oh.
You out of the first round for that, buddy.
Oh man.
So glad I'm not single.
Yeah. All right, let's get it back on the rails for just a few minutes. We got about 3 minutes left. The young guys, for the team, is it hard to evaluate talent when your guys are going up against second, third string guys, or is it easy because they're going against equal talent?
I would think that'd be a problem. Now, I obviously don't have the background you all have, but I would think, like, Deuce is a perfect example. I mean, he looked great. And yes, he did have backup linemen in front of him, but he was facing a backup defense, and I don't know how, I guess you can just judge the speed and the burst and that kind of thing, but how do you know how he's really going to do when he's facing the Giants' first-string defense come week 1, you know?
No, I think every coach has a level of what they're looking for. And each player is different, each coach is different, and you judge, like, for example, you look at the Jalen Tolbert pass down the sideline, right? Now, it gets negated because of the offensive pass interference, whatever side of the fence you're on was or was not a pass interference, whatever. But I saw Jalen Tolbert go up and fight the football, fight for the football.
Made a good catch.
Right? And so I don't care that it got negated. I saw a player who a year ago didn't do that. In college, he did that, and that's why he was a third-round pick. So it was good to see him being able to go down the field, track the football, go up to his highest point, bring the ball down 2 feet in bounds. We can, you know, again, depending on what officiating crew there is, you can coach that out and say, hey, don't push. Some ref won't call it. But I saw what I needed to see in Jalen Tolbert on a play like that. You know, scouting a guy like Cavante Turpin, him now playing more receiver. Am I seeing the things that I need to see, whether the ball goes to him or not? Am I seeing the burst? Am I seeing the movement at the line of scrimmage? Am I seeing him being able to adjust to what the defense is doing down the field? Is he being able to see those things? So there's ways that you can continue to evaluate players, even though they're playing against an opponent, whether it's second string or third string or whatever. Like I said with Deuce Vaughn, the vision was there. Yeah. Him being able to, go one direction, that hole closes up, he jumps cut through another hole, makes a guy miss. Oh, okay, I want to see vision, I want to see patience, and I want to see the ability to be elusive. Yeah. Well, those things were there. They were present in what you – now, whether or not he plays 100 snaps or 50 snaps, I can still evaluate the player on the things that I deem as a coach to be valuable to that position.
So when a guy like Deuce or Overshawn, when they go from facing these third string guys to the first stringers, is that a huge difference?
It is. It is, but again, these are things that you can use as teaching tools, right? So when they go when Deuce Vaughn goes up against the ones, maybe that play doesn't go for 40, but maybe it goes for 12. You know what I'm saying? So there's certain things that you can just see. Like, I want to know, as a running back, do you have vision? Do you have patience? Can you make a guy miss? If those
Can
things
you hold
click
on
out,
to the football?
Can you hold on to the football, right?
Yeah.
Those are all teaching moments. So, everything across the board, if I'm playing cornerback, hey, if you're playing off coverage, are you taking the proper steps? Are your eyes where they're supposed to be? Are you finishing? So those type of things that you can continue to evaluate through these situations. Now, the guys that we're talking about right now, I don't see those guys being the guys who are going to be in the first team. Right? So those are, even though you're a backup, you're still if you're a backup, you're still a project. So they're saying he has the skill to play at this level, just not quite to give him all the reps. We can still work with him, but he can be a part of the process. One of the great things about a coach is, and I think Dan Quinn does a really good job of that, and you saw that with some of the DBs that he played last year. A coach's job is to be able to evaluate his talent, know what his system is, and then put those players in position to be successful and then get them off the field, right? Like, here's a situation where I think X player would be successful, play him. The next situation, he may not be successful in, get him off the field. And so those backup guys and having those roles, those intermittent roles throughout the season, throughout a game, is being able to know on third down and long, here's a moment where I can probably get so-and-so in the game where Jabril Cox, where he'd be successful. Here's a moment where if we're up this or we're down this or there's a moment in time where they're not looking for this, I can get Turpin into the game. But I'm not playing Turpin 89 snaps. That's relegated for a guy like CeeDee Lamb, who I don't have to have those questions about if and when and how he's more than capable of doing it. So that's how the evaluation kind of goes at times.
We got to get out of here pretty quick, but I have a question for you when it comes to young guys getting an opportunity. Turpin, Rico Dowdle, dropping the ball, fumbling the ball, you make a mistake, and you know you're a fringe kind of guy, right? Or you're a guy that's fighting for a spot or a spot on the depth chart. Like, this is a stupid comparison, but whenever I was in first grade, we had a Halloween costume contest at school.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and I went to the bathroom while they were judging.
Oh, man.
And I came back out, and they'd already given out the awards, and dude, it wrecked me. I thought about that. Like, I cried.
Apparently, still it's bothering you.
Yeah, I mean, it scarred me. Like,
Therapy days tomorrow.
Because I was
sit down on the couch.
Because I was like, I knew if I was there, I was going to win that costume because I had the cutest costume. But it wrecked me and it stuck with me, and it was, it was traumatic for a first grader. How long this is like the moment of your life. You're trying to provide for your family and set the stage for your career. How, as a player, and I don't know if you ever had a situation like that, but I'm sure you knew guys that did. How long and how tough is it to deal with something like that? How long do you beat yourself up over something like that and on a big stage like that on national TV and trying to make a team? It's probably different for every guy, right?
In game, not long. In game, not long.
You gotta forget it, or
you gotta forget it.
Yeah.
Because if you get two in a row,
yeah,
you dig yourself deeper and deeper into that hole. But guys like that, when you have that kind of a mess up, what you try to do, if given the opportunity again, is show during practice that I'm doing the thing that now, so I don't make that same mistake twice. Coaches understand preseason is about mistakes. They understand that. But they also understand, are you consistently making the same mistake over and over and over and over again? That's a guy that I can't play with. That's a guy that I can't work with. That's a guy that I can't give reps to because you haven't identified the correction to your mistake, even when we've shown it to you. So now, if all of a sudden Rico comes into a game again and he fumbles again, guess what? You've now found yourself deeper and deeper to the coach's doghouse. So you got to forget about it in the moment.
Yeah.
and get to the next play, because the next play could be a 90-yard break-off run and they forget about the fumble. You know what I'm saying? But if you got 2 fumbles, that's not a good thing, or whatever it may be. So for guys like Turpin and for Rico, it's now this week in practice. Put that behind you. Show coaches that you do protect the football and that you can make plays. And the more plays you make, the less they forget about. The more they'll forget about the bad ones that you had.
Yeah. You know me, Kurt. I'm going to use any opportunity to make it about this show about me.
Hey, that was a good story. I enjoyed
Not,
that.
not about
story.
football.
Kindergarten?
No, it was first grade.
First grade.
I got some.
You had a cute outfit. What was your costume?
I was like a little pilgrim.
So you stole from the Indians.
Oh, no, let's not. Okay, it's time to go.
You were a thief.
Time to go.
You were a thief.
I was in first
You weren't
grade.
going to win. You weren't going to win, thief. They didn't steal anything from you. You were stealing from them.
Good. I'm telling you, it was traumatic. Anyway,
mess.
anyway, Jesse, good seeing you, man.
Thank you.
Hope y'all had a great weekend. I hope you
Yes,
have a great
sir.
week. We'll be back on Thursday. Nate, thanks for joining us from out there. Thanks for everybody in studio making this thing happen. We will be back Thursday.
Yes.
I guess we'll talk about more preseason football.
Another one coming.
Another one coming, baby.
Who do we have?
Saturday.
Seahawks.
In Seattle,
In
right?
In Seattle.
Yep. And then the Raiders back here. Is that right? And then we're done.
Right.
Sure.
And then yeah.
When's the 90-man cut? When does that come down? After the second preseason game or third?
No, I think it's the third.
Third?
Just,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. So we got a little bit to get to know these guys' names before we.
Say bye-bye.
Yeah, half of them. All right, appreciate it. Thank you, Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings, for presenting the show, The People Show. Thanks for everybody for tuning in. We will be back on Thursday, same time, same place. Hopefully it's not 100 degrees.
It will be. It'll be 110.
Oh,
Literally be 110.
tune in to
that day.
check out the weather. We'll see you
This
Thursday.
has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys?